What's up, YouTube? My name is Jason, and this is my take. Guys, I'm back, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to The Days. Yes, my end of year list of 2021. And as you can see, we've hit the finale, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 rap albums of 2021. This was by far the toughest list I had to put together. I had to chop about 27, 28 albums down to 10, which just shows how great of a year it was for hip hop, man. This is my favorite genre of music, and we got to dive into it, man. This is my top 10 list. So without further ado, man, at number 10, I got the new Mach-Hommy album, Pray for Haiti. Mach-Hommy, I don't even know how to describe this guy because he's so mysterious. Some examples of that is he's never really out and about. This dude always has a mask on. Like, when you see him with the mask on thinking it's like a COVID thing. Like, no, like he literally always has a mask on. He barely like shows his face. If he's like featured on a song with the artist or like his own music, like he doesn't put it up on Genius, or if Genius has it up, he'll remove it. Like, he really is a dude who just doesn't want to be seen or really be out and about. And he just really moves mysteriously, and it always was very interesting to me. But when it comes to rapping, like, this dude is one of those guys, man, like to the point where even Jay-Z like wanted to meet with him and sat down, and there were like rumors of if he was going to sign to Rock Nation and different things like that. So yeah, Mach-Hommy, man, on this album over here, Pray for Haiti, kind of just talking about Haiti. He is a Haitian artist. We see a lot of skits or different things that see him like kind of talking in the native Creole language. But beyond that, man, this is just the typical music we get from Mach-Hommy. Boom bap, like hard hitting beats. Westside Gunn executive produced this thing, and you could like feel, Westside Gunn on this project, beyond the features. A lot of production from Conductor, who works with Westside Gunn a lot. Mach-Hommy, man, just barring us up, man. That's what he does. He did some more singing on this project, which I didn't expect, but he can really sing. He was giving me feels of like Mos Def on some songs too. I don't know if that was just me, if you guys had listened to it. I wouldn't suggest Mach-Hommy to everybody. He's not really mainstream or has very accessible music, but he has a lot of character, and he's very expressive in his raps, and he can bar anybody up, honestly. He has bars for days. Number 9 on my list is the collab album between Kota the Friend and Statik Selektah, To Kill a Sunrise. One of my newer favorite artists, Kota the Friend, teams up with who I consider like a living legend when it comes to production, Statik Selektah. He's one of my favorite producers personally. They team up on this album, and I definitely wasn't expecting this, but they did work well together. And I actually didn't know that they've worked together in the past before this project. The reason why I didn't expect it was because Statik Selektah's beats are more, I don't know, I would compare him to DJ Premier. Boom bap, upbeat, hard hitting. And Kota the Friend's music is way more chill, way more laid back. But Kota the Friend, Statik Selektah brought something different out of Kota the Friend that I hadn't heard. Like a lot more energy, like a lot more aggressiveness, but also that same Kota that we're used to, that's very chill and very laid back. And I thoroughly enjoyed this project. One of my favorite Kota the Friend projects in general. Number 8 on my list is the new Injury Reserve album, By the Time I Get to Phoenix. Now, if you guys watch my honorable mentions video from September, either September or October, I can't remember. You remember that I talked about this project and how I did want to do a full review on it, but didn't get to it. But this project absolutely blew me away. Injury Reserve, originally composed of 3 guys, producers, rappers. Now only 2, as one of their members, Groggs, tragically passed. This was kind of their homage to him, but he also, was on the album, as some of the songs he was alive to record. But this album, man, it might not be for you. But if you're into very experimental, weird hip hop, I would definitely encourage it. This album is chaotic for a reason, though. It's very broken and weird, as it is kind of taking us into the mind of these guys and how they're dealing with the death of Grogs, how they're dealing with a lot of the stuff that's been happening from George Floyd's death to just the many different things politically that are happening that are just awful and just are dark. This thing is just all over the place, but at the same time, I really related to it in that this is kind of where my mind is as I think about these different topics in the pandemic. Injury Reserve really, really blew me away. This is probably my favorite project by them. And of the other ones that I've listened to, I really enjoyed and was really getting into them. But I felt like I really, learned something new about these guys and what they can do. So Injury Reserve, man, they definitely blew me away. Number 7 on my list is the new Little Simz album, Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. Coming off of Gray Area, which was one of my favorite albums of 2019, Little Simz, man, she came through with a different sound, man. This one was very cinematic, very orchestral, but easily her most personal album to date. As she dives into things like her father who wasn't around, to her actually being an introvert and being reserved around people and different things. Little Simz, who is a UK artist as well, she just has it, man. She is an amazing rapper. Her pen game is strong. She knows how to really put songs together. Like the song Woman that features Cleo Sol is one of the best songs this year, and a very powerful song and a salute to Black women. But man, like this is the type of project that really solidifies Little Simz and her place in hip hop. She's probably not the first name that you hear, but when it comes to London, she's at the top, over there with artists. And I think that she really does need to be in the discussion overall when it comes to the artists and the landscape of hip hop today. Like she's so talented and she's young, and it's only going to continue from here. Number 6 on my list is the new Armand Hammer and Alchemist project, Haram. And look, first things first, before I dive into this album, this is not the cover. Okay, well, it is the cover, but it's blurred, and that's for a reason, okay? Just know that this channel is for the children. If you want to see what the actual cover is, just look it up, but you'll understand why I didn't, we're not trying to get anything taken down here. But Armand Hammer and Alchemist, definitely not a collab that I saw coming. Alchemist is one of my favorite producers of all time. I think he's top 5 hip hop producers, and he does have a specific sound, that more boom bap, hard hitting, dirty type of production. And Armand Hammer, on the other hand, that consists of Billy Woods and Elucid, their hip hop is like way more weird, experimental, and I didn't know how these two would come together to make this happen, but the greatness of both of these camps in their lanes, like it really did work. And Alchemist put his flavor, and his production on top of what Armand Hammer would usually rap over as well. And I love how he, gave them the right beats that they would fit on, but also made sure that he put his touch on it, and it still felt Alchemist-like. As Elucid and Billy Woods really just did their thing. Honestly, Elucid really stuck out to me on this album, just because I hadn't really heard him rapping like this. I'm not as deep into Armand Hammer, like a lot of other people may be, but from what I heard, Billy Woods was always the guy who always stuck out to me and was, had amazing bars. And Elucid did too, but on this one, I don't know, he sounded different. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is also, like I said, a more experimental, little weirder type of hip hop, so I wouldn't recommend this to everybody. But Armand Hammer and Alchemist, they did their thing, man, and I definitely hope this isn't the last time that we hear from them. Number 5 on my list is the new Mick Jenkins album, Elephant in the Room. We really gotta discuss Mick Jenkins when we're discussing the top rappers in this game. Like, we have to. Having a classic like The Waters, having the healing component, Pieces of a Man. This dude is consistent. He's very topical, and very lyrical. And that continued on this project as he talks about things like his father who wasn't around, to his divorce, to making a whole song about the different things that you could be doing while being black, but being killed for it. Simple stuff like just going to get something to drink, walking down the street. This dude really knows how to create interesting songs. He knows how to get personal. He can, be playful at the same time. This dude is just one of those rappers that I'm not gonna say we take for granted, but he's the type of person that you just wouldn't be discussed with the top rappers that we think about, but he definitely should be. And this is one of my favorite Mick Jenkins projects, probably my second favorite behind the waters, which I just wasn't expecting. I just hadn't heard that from him in a while, but he was definitely in his bag on this one. At number 4, we got the new Vince Staples album, Vince Staples. And I'm still thinking about if this is like my favorite Vince Staples album, and I think it is. And the reason why this album stuck out to me compared to his other stuff was like, this just felt more Vince to me. Like when you watch Vince Staples interviews or you see him, like he's very chill, like he's like super funny, but he just like has this very calm and like laid back presence to him. And a lot of his music before was very, you didn't really get that. It was a lot louder, a lot more aggressive. But on this one, it just felt like he was just really in a pocket, just very chill, discussing, stories from his past, growing up in Long Beach, California, the street life, being involved in gang activity. Over Kenny Beats production, these two are one of the best rapper-producer combos in the game, easily. Kenny Beats gave him a different style of production that was way more laid back and very more chill, but still had that West Coast feel to it, still had those hard-hitting 808s in there as well. Vince just, he just felt like he was his most comfortable yet. And the more and more I listen to Vince, the more and more I realize just like how he's really one of my favorite rappers, like of this generation. And this is a dude who doesn't like really take it all so seriously, just like rapping and the whole game in general. Like he's about his business, going in the studio, putting in that work, giving it to the label, and just going about his business, man. Like he's somebody that I really just enjoy watching and seeing how he moves and how he goes about things and his perspectives. He's just one of those dudes in hip hop that if he wasn't there, you would definitely feel it. Like he's provided us really funny moments and entertaining moments outside of music as well. Like he's a dude in the culture that is needed, man. And this new project over here was amazing. All right, guys, we're in our top 3 now. And at number 3, we got the new Tyler, the Creator album, Call Me If You Get Lost. Tyler, the Creator just keeps maturing. And even on this album that, had DJ drama screaming all over it, which just, felt so nostalgic and how Tyler, the Creator did that. Like it was amazing. But Tyler, the Creator, man, like, honestly, this album felt like another Igor and kind of the topic of love and not having somebody that you wish you did, or wanting somebody who has somebody else. But Tyler, the Creator, speaking from this perspective of a more wealthy and luxurious man who has it all, but at the same time has nothing because he doesn't have that woman to share it with. Tyler, the Creator, as a producer, is one of the best in the game. Tyler, the Creator, as a rapper, is one of the best in the game. And we see that on a project like this. We get features from Lil Wayne. We hear Damo Genesis, who we haven't heard in a while. NBA Youngboy arguably had the best feature on the whole project. 42 Doug sounded great on here. Tyler, the Creator, just knows how to create. He knows how to really put pieces together. Like to make a NBA Youngboy feature work over a beat that sounds nothing like anything Youngboy would be over. That's the genius of Tyler, the Creator. Like a true curator, a true producer, he does so many different things, and it's why he's one of the best artists out, period, not just in hip hop. And so like what Tyler the Creator is gonna even do next, I don't even know. But like, there's no question that it's gonna be amazing. Number 2 on my list is the new Boldy James and Alchemist collab project, Bo Jackson. Yes, guys, Alchemist is on here again, but this time he's teaming up with the guy that he has so much chemistry with, that being Boldy James, Detroit rapper. And why these two work so well is because the Alchemist production that you hear on this project is like what Alchemist typically sounds like, or Alchemist beats typically sound like. And nobody raps over them better, in my opinion, than Boldy James. Boldy James has a very deep voice. He raps very slow, but it's smooth. It's like he tells really introspective stories, and like he I don't know how to describe it, but like he has like one of the best like flows and like voices in hip hop. Like I really don't know how to describe it. But Boldy James's storytelling really stuck out to me on this project. Like, it was very vivid and not like anything I heard before on like the Price of Tea in China or the Versace tape or other projects that he's done. You know, like the song Illegal Search and Seizure, where he was like kind of talking through how like a whole sting happened where the police like raided his home, like a drug raid, and how that all happened. Teaming up with Freddie Gibbs and Currency on Fake Flowers, just rapping. You know, to hearing Earl Sweatshirt and Rock Marciano collabing on a song with him as well. Like this album has so much that I love. Alchemist doing his thing, and then Boldy James just telling these stories and like rapping about that street life, and teaming up with artists that not only work really well with Boldy James, but you know, just people that Alchemist is so close to. Like, I'm learning that Alchemist is like so close with so many different artists. Like, he's working on Earl Sweatshirt's new album. Like, he did a whole album with Freddie Gibbs and Currency. These two, I talked about Vince Staples and Kenny Beats in terms of that rapper producer combo, but I think that arguably Boldy James and Alchemist might be the like #1 producer rapper combo. That's just me. Just after hearing like the music that they do together, and it didn't make #1 because of, you know, the project that we'll be discussing at #1, but easily one of the best rap projects and one of the best albums of 2021 by far. Guys, #1 album, rap album of 2021 for me was the new Nas album, King's Disease 2. Now, Nas once again teams up with Hit Boy, who exclusively produced this one, just like he did the first King's Disease. This album blew me away because coming off of the first King's Disease, which was actually only a year ago when that dropped, Nas and Hit Boy really had a chemistry that I didn't see coming. I mean, I didn't even see this collab happening in the first place, but how they topped the first King's Disease, like, so much. Like, I had to go back and listen to King's Disease to be like, did I like the first one? Because King's Disease 2 is like so much better. Hit Boy just like got in his bag, man. He is one of the best producers out right now. It's no question the run that he's been on, even with other artists like Benny the Butcher and Big Sean. Like, Hit Boy really locks in with artists and builds those connections, and builds that chemistry. And what he was able to do with Nas on here was absolutely amazing. Nas, man, like, this man has to be like in his 40s, 50s or something, but like, he still has it, man. Nas is known as one of like the best storytellers in hip hop, like, of all time. And we still see that to this day. To this day, like, you know, Death Row East, where he's like detailing like his beef with Tupac and like how things ended, you know, and how they squashed the beef like right when he passed away. But having Lauryn Hill pop up on a track, as, you know, Nas just kind of talks about just like, you know, laying low and just like being a nobody, like in this world, like just chilling. To even get in a song where Hit Boy is rapping, and you know, I very much enjoy Hit Boy as a rapper as well, and I want to see him explore that more. Like, there were a lot of different moments, you know, on this album. Like, we see him team up with YG and Boogie with the Hoodie for one of the best songs on the project. So Man, it was this project, like there's no flaws on this thing. Like amazing work by Nas. Like I need the third one. I need Nas and Hit Boy to continue to put together projects like this, man, because this is a moment, man. This is a moment. And I'm really looking forward to, you know, King's Disease, you know, this story, this project continuing between these two. So guys, those were my top 10 rap albums of 2021. What did you guys think of my list? And what were your favorite rap albums of 2021? Let's have a discussion down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the days, my end of year list for 2021. As the year ends, I will still be doing some reviews to end off the year. Just won't be as many, but I'm excited for this new Roddy Ricch album that's coming out. I'm probably going to review the Russ album that just came out that was really dope. Maybe the new Rick Ross as well. But yeah, guys, so glad that you guys have been sticking with me through this year. A new channel, but a lot of support and love that you guys are giving me. It's been amazing. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my videos and tuning into this week. My name is Jason. This has been my take, and I'll see you guys next time.